Hey, so I want to start doing movie reviews because I feel like I have a lot to say. And so, all right, the first thing that I just finished watching is called Air Force Elites. Oh, sorry, Air Force Elite Thunderbirds. And this particular team was 2023's Thunderbird team, and their motto is blind trust and also service over self. I was just anytime I watch something, to me, I feel like this action filled. This was exhilarating. This was exciting. This was mind boggling as far as the amount of perseverance and endurance that they had to persevere or endure. Right? And just the like what you have to put your body through and how incredible our bodies are. So when they talk about, I think they do 4Gs or something like that, and then once you get to 5, 6, and 7 and 8, like you're putting so much weight on you. So each G is double the current weight that you have. So if we're at 1G right now, 2Gs, if I'm like, let's say 150, then I'm 300 at 2Gs, and then it just goes further and further. And what was fascinating about that was the guy was talking about how, spoiler alert if you hadn't seen it, but basically you could black out, and by the time you come to, it's almost too late. So just the amount of focus that you have to have, the attention to detail, and how you can't necessarily trust what you see, but you have to trust like your squad leader and the other planes or whatever that are around you, because the squad leader is the person that's leading the formation, and you're looking, trying to figure out like how far, close you're supposed to be. And that they were talking about the aircrafts are 18 inches apart. Like, that's not a lot of space for something at that magnitude as far as size and as how fast they're going in the sky. So it's just fascinating. It takes up 2 years of your life. So their training, I think, is about 2 months. So 60 days before they get to their certification training, which will clear them to do the demonstrations across the states. And they're supposed to represent the United States. So they do demonstrations like the Daytona 500, graduations, different air shows, just all sorts of things. But the Daytona 500 was like, I think it was in the middle of their training. That's what the girl said. It was in the middle of their training, and it's kind of like a promo thing and to hype, people up as far as like, okay, this is the new team that's about to come out, but they haven't passed their training yet, so they are. It is what it is. Not it is what it is, but you actually have to like. I mean, you got to do well. And this particular one, sometimes when you're tested before the real thing, it gives you an indication of like how good it's going to be. And this one, it didn't go well. The flyover didn't go well only because as far as gauging, and the home of the brave, which is how it's supposed to go, right? And so he sung brave, and then they were waiting about 10 seconds, and then they finally flew over. So it's kind of like a delayed response, and you're like, all right, womp, womp, womp. And so it just doesn't look good as far as for the overall presentation of what it was supposed to be. And then you have our guy, I'm not sure what number it is, because I know squad person, the boss, the leader, he's number 1. You've got the girl, I forgot her name, but she's number 4, or she's in the back of the diamond. I know that for sure. And then you have 2 other guys that are going to be the wingmen. They talk about the diamond formation. They talk about the bomb. They call it BB for short, but it's pretty much, it goes up, they separate, and they come back down and meet again at the center for the show. And so that is one of the most, I mean, it's all dangerous for sure, but that's one of the most dangerous things that they could do. And they have reported, or they let everyone know about 2 fatal crashes. One was in either the 70s or the 80s, I can't remember, and then the last was in 2018. So God rest their souls and peace to their families. Just very tragic when you have to get serious about how this is a very real, dangerous thing that we're doing. And each and every day that they get outside, we're doing, like I'm doing it too. But each and every day that they go out in those planes, you're putting your life and your families on the line. So the one thing, everybody has their thing. So as I'm saying this, in life, you're always going to have your speed bump or your thing that you're going to have to get over or try to figure out until it clicks. And sometimes it does not click until the exact moment that it needs to click. Like everything just falls into place and then it clicks. And for this one guy, Primo, it clicked on certification day. Like he nailed it. So that was awesome to see. I pretty much had all sorts of emotions. Every time I watch stuff like this, that's why I love like documentaries, because they hit harder because it's nonfiction, it's real. And these are real people that have gone through these things. Of course, superhero stuff like Avengers. I'm watching Alien Earth right now, stuff like that. It's exhilarating, it's exciting, it's thriller, it's all those things. But this hits home because it's realistic and it's something that I can actually see. Not necessarily see myself doing, but if I chose that path in life, I'm like, you know what, this is actually possible. And the things that we see that are depictions in sci-fi or anything else in the movies, it's a depiction of what is actually, it's imagined, but it can actually happen, in real life, like Top Gun. Okay. So the guy, he nails it. And they do, I think you're gone for 250 days out of the year. And then out of the year, and you're on the team for 2 years. And then I'm not sure. Yeah, you're on the team for 2 years because each squad leader, I guess they do their time for 2 years and then they, I guess, whatever else. And I think there are certain people maybe that will stay on the team as far as the flight team, I guess, unless you choose to do something else. But they definitely, 50% of their team, they do a turnover to get new people. And I think that what's good about it is it doesn't make it closed off, but if you do make it to that level, you are the top of your game and the best in the country, which is so cool. So I love stuff like that. I'm a part of a team where it is, unless we have someone that leaves or whatever, it is exclusive. And so we know we're at the top of the game as far as in this particular field and niche of an industry. But there's, it's not similar because it's obviously a demonstration flying. I'm pointing at my TV because I'm looking at it right now. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So that's what I'm referring to when I'm looking up. All right, that was a weird tangent as far as my job. But anyway, teams. The point that, so they call him Boss, I forgot his real name, but a point that he made towards the end of the documentary was talking about how, like, being a part of a team is just so much bigger than yourself. And as they say, service over self. I was telling a friend as I was finishing, piggybacking on Boss's words, like all the things that you can accomplish when you put your differences aside and you focus on the common goal for the team's benefit. And I just think that is so amazing. And I wish not only our country, but I wish just across the world that we'll be better at that as far as functioning as a team. And so when I'm asked to be a part of something, that's the mindset, at least that I have, operating as a team. I thoroughly enjoyed this documentary. It is on Netflix. Again, Air Force Elite Thunderbirds. It's about 1 hour and 31 minutes. And just everyone that's a part of it. Oh, they also said, that's what I want to mention. It's not only just there, I think there were 6 planes, but there are 4 people that are the main core of the team that work and make up the diamond and that BB formation. And so it's not only just them. It's a team of 130 people because you have people that are doing air traffic control, maintenance, etc. Right? And so it takes everyone, and all of those people are moving on the road when they are doing their show demonstrations across the country. So everyone has to be on their A game, and I just think that's fascinating to have that type of job. Pretty much being on tour. And so, yeah, if you are a pilot, a flyer, kudos to you. I would have loved if we could live to be like 200 years old, 300 years old. Like I would, okay, the first 40 years of my life, I'm going to do, or the first 50 years of my life, I'm going to do this. The next 50 years of my life, I'm going to go to flight school and I'm going to do this. And then when I'm 100, you know what? I'm going to train to be, I'm going to be in the movies. And then when I'm 150, then I'm going to be like a race car driver. Like just stuff. I think it's fascinating. And I would love to, if it was possible to be able to do that. And I think that's the one thing I was discussing with somebody as far as in reference to time. If we had, and it doesn't have to be, I know eternity on earth, but if it was a significant amount of time, I would definitely try some awesome things. But I know with the way that the world is, if everybody was living to be about 200 years old, there would not be enough anything for anybody. And we would just be, it'd just be too many people. So, I get it. So that's my review of Air Force Elite Thunderbirds. Awesome, awesome, awesome documentary. And you should check it out.